Hey everybody, this is John, and welcome to today's market recap. Got a couple of awesome things to show you, at least that's setting up for next week. So keep in mind, here is the S&P 500 on the spiders. A lot of people have been looking for a crash this week. I'll show you a couple reasons why that wasn't going to happen. One of them being that the momentum here on the Nasdaq futures, you can see, has gone positive with a squeeze on the 195-minute chart. And even though this, I would call the Nasdaq struggling, even though it had a big day today, but while it's been struggling, the S&P has been solid, okay, and we're still climbing higher. So the question is, why is it going higher, and what happens next? All right, so first of all, in terms of the put-call ratio, nobody believes this rally. If everybody believed this rally, we'd be down here, and that's where tops happen. I don't believe this rally, but I never fight this indicator. And at this point, the skew still showing no fear from professionals. Okay, when you get down, first of all, to below 120, you do not want to be short. And you can see from here, of course, we've been taken off. Now we're more in a neutral mode. Just keep in mind that if and when it gets over 135, that's the time that we no longer want to be long. Okay. And last but not least, this is my short-term trend indicator on the Nasdaq. As long as the linear regression channels here are trending higher, I don't want to short it. Even on a day like this when it's scary and it looks like things are going to fall apart, until these change, I don't fight it, okay? I've just learned that over time, all the news headlines you're going to see and all the opinions you may have about the market don't matter. What matters is how people are positioned, okay, and how nervous they are, and that's what sets up what's going to happen next. And so you have to look at what's really happening in the market to see what's going to happen next, all right? So that's the first thing. From there, in terms of trading, I want stocks that have an APR of over, ideally, 3%. Between 3 and 5% is ideal. So what happens is as I'm going through and I'm looking at my stocks and I see all these stocks here, it's like, well, you know, Apple, not an ideal stock for here because it's only got an APR of 2%. So when we go and look at my portfolio, you're going to see that the stocks that I have, which are, well, Tesla has been one that we've been trading very actively this week. I've got one on Netflix. I'm going to be looking at Trip next week, and we've got one on Baidu, and also going to be looking at Expedia. Why do I like these? Because they all have APRs between 2.5 and 5.0. That's where you get the biggest bang for your buck. I don't even mess with stocks outside of that unless it's a very special situation. Okay, so from there, once it meets the criteria in terms of an APR, then I want to see a couple of other things. First of all, has the momentum kicked in? For Tesla, it did, and once that kicks in, then you can drill down. In this case, when there's a squeeze, once you break through this band, it's off to the races, okay? And that's the criteria that I'm looking for. All right, so now when I run the scan to find these, one of the ones that's set up for next week is COG, okay, and that one's lining up almost just like Tesla was, as well as a couple of other ones. And now you can see when I bring this up, you can see, okay, here we got the signal on COG, and on a daily chart, we are rocking and rolling and ready to go. So this is something that I want to look at Monday and Tuesday. In addition to those tools, I found that once I identify a stock, one really good way to work with this is on tick charts. If you're not familiar with tick charts, and 1597, 987, 233, depending on the volume. But you can see here the clean signals you get on this. Makes it very, very easy to kind of manage the trade and time the trade as well. And so I definitely like to keep an eye on those for signals. So two quick positions as we head into the weekend, which I'll show you here. One is Baidu, which you could still get on Monday. We've got a 195-minute squeeze setting off. We closed here at 182.85, and I am looking for a move to 186 and then 190 into next week. And this is a trade we texted out today. Got some $175 calls, 13 days out, and have a target to sell these. Bottom at $9, looking to sell them between $12 and $15. 12 obviously being the first target. In addition to that, the other one that caught my eye was AutoZone, because we have squeezes on the 195-minute chart and the weekly chart. Now, this is a thin stock, but look at this. What I'm looking for is that this can drive us to new highs and get up to about $835. So how do you play something like that? In this case, with AutoZone, we got some in-the-money calls, which we would want to sell at our first target, and some out-of-the-money calls, which we're willing to hold on to. So these we got for $6.30. Right now they're $9. And I got a token 100 shares to hold on for a potentially longer-term trade, since it's a weekly squeeze. So far in a couple days, up nearly $14,000 on that trade. And to end the week, we're at new account highs for the year. Remember, I started off with $185,000 in this account. My goal is to turn it into $1 million by the end of the year, and to have half my trades be from my mobile phone. Okay, if we scroll over here to my P&L so far for the year, so far up $125,000. And the goal with this, again, is I don't want to be in front of my computer 24/7. 3 of the 7 trades that I placed this week were from my mobile phone. All right, so why am I telling you all this? Well, I've got crammed on this page. Last chance to sign up for my class that starts Saturday. Okay, this is Saturday, March 12th. 1 o'clock Central Time to 5 o'clock Central. Truth be told, it's going to go a little bit longer than that. I'm going to show you in detail all the tools I just showed you in that short video, so you can do it yourself. And we're going to spend a lot of time on mobile. Okay, how do you do this on your phone? How do you set up alerts so you don't have to sit there staring at charts all day? Okay, that makes you literally mobile. That's more, I mean, to me, the best trade I made last week, I was at a coffee shop. I was with my kids. We were eating breakfast tacos, and I was drinking a cappuccino, and my alert came up, and I said, hold on, guys. Daddy needs to work. I placed the trade, and 90 minutes later, it hit the target. So the key with this stuff is I'm going to go through all this stuff in detail in the Saturday class. I would recommend that you consider what our most popular option is to do, in addition to that, 3 days of live trading. Okay, the 3 days of live trading, even if you can't attend it live, you're going to be able to get a recording of it, but you're going to see how it's done real time versus in hindsight. Okay, a lot of people are struggling in this market. I'm not. This is a great trading market, and I can show you what I've learned over doing this over 25 years of kind of how to go with the flow and pounce on this prey, all right, and kind of make your own dinner, so to speak. There are some bonuses if you're seeing this. If you sign up for the $497 option, you get one additional free day of live trading. Signing up for the $997, you get 4 days of live trading instead of 3. And last but not least, if you sign up for a live event in Austin, you get $1,000 off over the next 24 hours. This includes these two, whereas this includes that. All right. At the end of the day, these are tools that you're going to be able to use to be able to actually do this for a living, alleviate your frustrations from trading, and knock it out of the park. All right. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on Saturday. If for some reason you're seeing this and it's like, wow, it's Sunday, I didn't check my email, you can still do this and just get the recording, okay? So anyway, I hope that helps. You guys have a fantastic weekend, and looking forward to working with you on your trading skills and knocking it out of the park.